Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. Words we have heard at the response to the psalm from Luke's account of the crucifixion, the last words spoken by Christ before he died. These 7 last words are the last of 7 sayings Christ proclaims on his blessed cross. As a stone thrown in a pond makes a wave, which eventually reaches the bank, so the redeeming act of mercy has reached us today in those 2 pieces of wood, nailed together at right angles, with Jesus' divine body laid upon it, hands and feet nailed into position. Even though this event took place around 2,000 years ago, space surely does not matter to us today, as it does not affect our interest and our emotion as we once more approach the anniversary of the crucifixion. The cross calls us to take a hard look at ourselves as we see the paradox and the contradictions of our Lord and King dying on the tree. For it is on the cross that we encounter death and life, sorrow and joy, failure and success, love and hate, and the nails hammered into place with our sin, held and fixed into position through the will of God. We fall to our knees in reverent prayer when we behold the cross, because we remember that each and every single one of us placed him on it. And yet in this darkness, the light of the world reigns on the tree. The execution device once favoured by the Roman Empire is now his glorious throne from which he reigns. In his final words, Jesus echoes the words from Psalm 31, "Into your hands I commend my spirit." But this is preceded with the word Father, the same significant phrase used at the start of his 7 sayings when he says on the cross, "Father, forgive them." The work of the cross is the work of intercession. And Jesus pleading on our behalf to his Father, yes, pleading for us on our behalf, the ones who nailed him to that cross, he still continues to pray. Such is his love for you and for me. With such love, all what we can respond is, "Be merciful to me, a sinner." We cannot comprehend what majesty unfolded on that day. But what we do know is that we are always in God's hands. He who made us in his image cares for us so much that he sent his only Son, who was obedient to death, even dying on a cross. And just as Christ spoke those words, "Into your hands I commend my spirit," and breathed his last, so must we constantly commend ourselves to our Creator and Redeemer, for he loves us. Our response to the cross is that we must love Christ in return and trust in his redeeming love. Somehow or other, we must hold fast to the cross. The arms outstretched calls us to welcome Christ in our lives. It is a love so great and majestic, it has secured victory over death. And no matter how many times we turn away, its power entices us to behold the wood once more. Such is the influence of the cross. But our final response is to do the will of God in our lives. Yes, we will stumble and feel hopeless and afraid, but we are always reminded that Jesus fell 3 times on his way to Calvary and got back up again. And we are being held in God's almighty hands, and he will help us to begin again. We are given a fresh start because of this day. But as for now, we must wait. We wait and we remember the price which was paid for us all, that God would be born among us, to die for us, and to set us free from the bondage of sin and death. We wait and reflect before we come to the point of celebration and jubilation on Easter Day. As for us, for now, our response is best summed up in the final words of a famous hymn, those words being, "Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all."